Dogs remember some things, but cats, they remember everything. And I mean everything. Whether it happened last week or 5 years ago, they've got it all stored up there. And some of these memories might shock you. Number 1, their territorial boundaries. A cat's territory isn't just your house. It's a complex map they've spent months, maybe years perfecting. And they remember every single inch of it. No pressure if you're thinking of moving furniture around. Well, actually, that's a lie. Massive pressure, because your cat has memorized exactly where everything belongs. They know which windowsill gets the best morning sun, which corner of the garden is perfect for afternoon naps, and exactly where that one loose floorboard creaks when you step on it at 3 a.m. If you've ever wondered why your cat gets upset when you rearrange the living room, it's because you've just demolished years of carefully mapped territorial knowledge. They remember not just the layout, but the emotional significance of each space. That spot under the dining table, that's where they hid during their first thunderstorm. The top of the bookshelf, that's their lookout post for monitoring the neighborhood. These aren't just places to them, they're chapters in their life story, and they remember every single one. Number 2, the exact time you wake up. I've mentioned this before and I'll say it again. Cats are living alarm clocks. But it's not just that they wake up early. They remember the precise minute you usually open your eyes. Not approximately, not sometime in the morning, the exact minute. And if you think you can fool them by staying in bed an extra 10 minutes on Saturday, think again. They know your weekend schedule just as well as your weekday routine. They've cataloged every variation, every exception, every holiday lie-in you've ever had. This isn't just about food, though that's certainly part of it. They remember when you wake up because that's when their world comes alive. That's when the day starts, when attention begins, when life gets interesting again. So, when you're lying there at 6:47 a.m., wondering why there's a paw tapping your face, remember, they're not being annoying. They're just following the schedule you taught them to remember. Number 3, a rival cat's scent. This one's particularly fascinating because it shows just how sophisticated their memory really is. If another cat has ever dared to set foot in your garden, on your doorstep, or heaven forbid, inside your house, your cat remembers that scent forever. Not just, oh, there was a cat here once. They remember the specific scent signature of that particular cat. They know if it was male or female, whether it was stressed or confident, even what it had been eating recently. And this memory doesn't fade. Months later, if that same cat passes by your front gate, your indoor cat will know immediately. You'll see them tense up, start patrolling, maybe even marking territory they haven't bothered with in ages, because in their mind, the intruder has returned. This scent memory is so precise that they can distinguish between cats that look identical to us humans. To them, every cat has a unique aromatic fingerprint, and once it's filed away in their memory, it stays there permanently. Number 4, the person who gives the best treats. Your cat has a mental ranking system of every person they've ever met, and at the top of that list is whoever figured out the secret to their heart through their stomach. Maybe it's your neighbor who always has those expensive salmon treats. Maybe it's your aunt who sneaks them cheese when she thinks no one's looking. Whoever it is, your cat has memorized everything about them. Their smell, their voice, the sound of their footsteps, even the rustle of the treat bag in their pocket. And this memory is so strong that even if this person doesn't visit for months, the moment they walk through your door, your cat transforms into their biggest fan. I once had a friend visit after a 6-month absence, and my usually antisocial cat immediately started purring and rubbing against their legs. Why? Because 8 months earlier, this friend had shared their tuna sandwich. One tuna sandwich. 8 months ago. But my cat remembered every detail about the person who made that magical moment happen. Number 5, their favorite hunting spot. Even if your cat has never caught anything bigger than a dust bunny, they remember every successful hunt they've ever had. That corner where they caught a particularly clever feather toy. The spot under the couch where they successfully stalked your feet. The window where they had that epic staring contest with the bird. These locations become sacred hunting grounds in their memory. They'll return to these spots over and over, sometimes sitting there for hours, waiting for lightning to strike twice. And it's not just about the physical location, they remember the conditions too. The time of day, the lighting, even the weather. This is why you might find your cat intensely staring at an apparently empty corner at exactly 3:15 p.m. on sunny afternoons. They're not losing their minds. They're accessing their hunting database and remembering that one time, at exactly this spot, under exactly these conditions, something amazing happened. Number 6, the sound of their favorite toy. Cats don't just remember toys they can see, they remember the sounds toys make with incredible precision. That specific jingle of their favorite mouse toy, the particular rustle of that crinkly ball, the exact pitch of their squeaky bird. They catalog these sounds so precisely that they can distinguish between similar toys instantly. And once a sound is associated with fun, it's permanently filed under good things. This is why your cat might come running from 3 rooms away when you accidentally step on a piece of crinkly wrapping paper. It's not the same as their toy, but their memory is telling them that sound equals playtime. I learned this lesson when I bought what I thought was an identical replacement for a lost toy. The new one looked exactly the same, but made a slightly different sound when shaken. My cat took one look at it and walked away with obvious disappointment. Same color, same size, same shape, but the wrong audio signature. Number 7, when you were sick. This one might surprise you, but cats remember with remarkable clarity anytime you were unwell. They notice changes in your scent, your movements, your energy levels, and they file all of this away as human needs extra attention data. Some cats become more affectionate when you're ill, following you around, sitting on you more than usual, or bringing you their toys. This isn't coincidence. They're accessing their memory of previous times when you were vulnerable and responding accordingly. What's really touching is that this memory seems to make them more protective of you going forward. They might start checking on you more regularly, especially if you're displaying any behaviors that remind them of when you were sick. Your cat doesn't understand human medicine, but they understand that sometimes their human needs extra care, and they never forget those moments. Number 8, their first successful escape. If your indoor cat has ever made it outside, even for just a few minutes, they remember every single detail of that adventure. The feel of grass under their paws, the overwhelming flood of outdoor scents, the sensation of wind in their fur, the sounds of cars and birds, and life happening beyond their usual boundaries. This memory becomes a permanent fixture in their minds, and it explains why some cats become obsessed with doorways, windows, or any opportunity to recreate that experience. They're not being naughty when they bolt for an open door. They're chasing a memory that showed them there's a whole world beyond their current territory. Understanding this helps us be more patient with escape attempts and more careful about securing our homes. Because once they've tasted freedom, they'll never forget what they're missing.